Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Erlson and I love to draw. Today I'm going to walk you through my painting process and approach to taking a traditional pen and ink sketch all the way to a finished painting. My reason for making this video is not only to encourage every artist out there to sketch, but also to advise you to keep all your sketches because you never know when you might be inspired to take that to the next level. So without further ado, let's do this. I began with a traditional sketch done in a moleskin pocket sketchbook. I initially used a ballpoint pen for the underdrawing, then I inked the main line work with a Pentel brush pen. Sadly, I didn't get a chance to take a photo of the construction lines before moving in with the brush pen, but if you analyze the drawing more carefully, you'll see traces of the underdrawing in the finished sketch. And for those of you who are having a bit of a hard time seeing the construction lines, I'm going to make it a little easier for you. There you go. You're welcome. A couple of months later, I finally decided to add color to the image, but I had to alter the image just a little bit before moving over to Autodesk sketchbook. My goal was to get the white of the paper to be as white as possible without compromising the integrity of my line work. If I were using Photoshop, I would normally use the levels or the curves adjuster to get the same effect, but in this case, I had to use the built-in photo editor on my iPhone. Once I was done tweaking the image, I moved over to Autodesk sketchbook. And before I continue with the video, I just want to say that Autodesk is a free digital painting software downloadable on your phone, computer, and tablet. It may not be anywhere near as powerful as Photoshop, but it's definitely worth a try. At this point, I filled each individual item with its respective color. Using the hue saturation slider, I was able to quickly try out different colors without exhausting the undo button. You can basically call this the coloring book phase of the process. All I'm doing here is filling each shape with flat colors. This stage will set the tone of the final image, so I need to choose my colors wisely. I need to be completely satisfied with my colors before moving on with the image. Once I was done filling the flat shapes, I introduced some basic shadow on a new layer. I put the blending mode on multiply and kept the opacity fairly low. You can call this the cell shading phase of the process. I decided to add a bunch of ukuleles in the background to indicate more context behind the character. Please keep in mind that I wasn't trying to be realistic in my rendition of the background. Think of it as more of a decorative backdrop. Finally, I painted on top of the entire image. My goal here was to unify all the different elements. I also softened a lot of the edges between the shadow and light, added some tiny details here and there, and I even added some music notes in the background for some flair. And there you go, the final painting, complete. I really want to thank you if you made it this far into the video. Seriously, you are awesome. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe for future content. I hope this video was a source of inspiration for you. I may have mentioned a thing or two that may require some clarification, so if you have any questions, ask in the comment section and I will do my best to answer without hesitation. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for my latest content for your education. Okay. You can also show support by checking out my online store. I'm going to leave the link down below. I also added my little ukulele dude into the store for those of you who might be interested. Once again, ladies and gents, my name is Earlson, and this concludes today's video. Until next time, peace.